Come on, Pinky! Onpassive is doing world domination!
Try to take over the world.
Why, hello everyone. You look well rested and like you're having a wonderful weekend. As am I. Jeffery Morlock, an Onpassive O founder who allegedly went to the Southern Illinois University and is from North Carolina. He's been an Onpassive O founder for 5 years and 9 months since November of 2018. He is a retired motor transport operator from November 2009 until April 2017. Jeffrey is also an author and a very interesting one. He is a veteran who was stationed in Spain at the age of 21, and he married his beautiful wife Kathy in New York in 1986, which is the year I was born. He has written and published several books, and I even did a romantic reading of one and have covered him before on my channel. It was interesting. Recently, Jeffrey did a video entitled Leadership and Economy, and it was posted on Red Redfern's YouTube channel, so I assume it is something that they want all of the O founders to watch. So without further ado, I thought that we would watch it together, and of course I'll be letting you know my thoughts. I'll roll my intro and we'll get right into it.
Karma's a bitch.
Hello. I hope you're having a wonderful Onpassive day. Today I wanted to talk for 10 or 15 minutes about leadership and also a little bit about the economy. There's no denying that we're living in some pretty tough times, right? Turbulent times like we're in, they call for some pretty extraordinary leadership, and I think we've seen some of that lately.
Now, this was posted up a couple weeks ago, I believe right after the website went down, but people have not been paid their commissions owed to them since September 2023. So it's pretty ballsy to come out here and start your video off like this, Jeffrey.
Now, when faced with uncertainty, ambiguity, rapid change and such, like we are in today's environment, today's economy, leaders have got to stay stable and steadfast so that we can navigate the organizations that we're in, kind of see them through the storm, so to speak. And I wanted to point out a few essential strategies today for success in leadership so we can see how they're reflected in the strategies of leaders that excel in what they're doing and excel in times like these where turbulence seems to be the rule rather than the exception. Now, the first strategy of becoming or effectually leading is that of emotional intelligence. We've talked about this before. You've heard Mr. Mafora talk about this before, as well as self-awareness, right? Because effective leaders, we don't need to be geniuses, so to speak, but we do need to have a high degree of emotional intelligence. And this emotional intelligence, otherwise what we call EQ, right? It's the ability to understand, to use, and to manage our own emotions in positive ways so that we can relieve stress, communicate more effectively, and obviously to empathize with others so that we can overcome challenges and perhaps even completely diffuse any conflict. Now, the whole emotional intelligence package, so to speak, is activated through self-awareness, which is also critical in turbulent times, and it allows leaders to stay grounded and to stay focused. Now, the second strategy we talk about here is one that uses adaptability and flexibility. Adaptability, right, pertains to leaders.
But hold on. Do you think that Ash is emotionally intelligent? Would you consider him to be someone who's emotionally intelligent and has self-awareness when he comes out and goes, "Oh, it's so hard for me to run this company. You guys all need to feel sorry for me"? How about that time that he did the I Quit webinar and yelled at everyone? Is he a good leader or just a cult leader?
That are able to embrace change and uncertainty, and they know how to shift or how to pivot, as it would be, when necessary to make sure there's a flow of communication and achievements of goals, not to mention the survival of the organization. Flexibility in thought and action is what enables leaders to innovate, right? To bring forward some innovation for for the business, and to find creative solutions to otherwise complex problems.
And I guess also find loopholes in laws and regulations. Does that count as flexibility?
Now, the third strategy needed for this effective leadership in turbulent times would be obviously something like
Interesting that you mention turbulent times.
communication and transparency, right? Mr. Mufara talks about this a lot. He talks about
Yeah, he talks about it a lot. He's not a great communicator and he's not transparent. Ash does exploit people's vulnerabilities and offers them a false sense of security and belonging. And he knows how to present himself as powerful, and a lot of the O founders find him to be charismatic. And he comes off as someone who can provide the love, acceptance, and validation that the O founders crave. Then he also manipulates their emotions and beliefs, and he always reinforces this grandiose self-image and undermines the O founder's sense of self. Like, he sees them all as below him. He doesn't communicate to anyone what's going on in the business. He talks around things and comes up with excuses, and he never tells anyone what's really happening here. For example, he's not telling you guys the truth about the Security and Exchange Commission litigation. He made it sound like after the mediation everything was solved when you guys are set to go to court in June of 2025. So I wouldn't call him a good communicator or transparent or adaptable or flexible, and I wouldn't say that he has much self-awareness, and I'd say he has low emotional intelligence. Carry on, Jeff.
trying to be as transparent as he can.
Can I call you Jeff?
And in this way, clear and transparent communication is rather vital, as far as the component goes anyway, of effective leadership, especially in these types of times that are rapidly changing, turbulent. They have currents that run in and out of them. And in these, leaders have got to communicate effectively with various stakeholders and members, customers, that sort of thing. And doing this is a must if the leader is going to be fostering any kind of a trust or confidence from other folks. Now, another
Yeah, but Ash just indoctrinates people into this cult and then manipulates them and tugs on their heartstrings and uses coercive control tactics.
strategy is all about the thinking and the vision. Obviously, you've got to have that. And leaders with a clear vision and strategy.
Now, he's really good at imagining things and making shit up, but I don't know if I would say that he's good at thinking and having vision. His visions for the future are not realistic.
Or strategic mindset, I'll put it that way, are capable of deep thought and focus, and they can navigate these very shifting times with purpose and with direction. They also prioritize, and they can innovate, and they can allocate resources very effectively because they understand the big picture and what's.
Yeah, I guess a good effective leader would be able to still afford their AWS. It's funny because everything he's describing here is pretty much the opposite of who Ash Mufara is. But Jeffrey's so indoctrinated into this cult that he sees Ash as all of these amazing things
going on, and they're able to take a good look at it through thought and vision. Now, for all this to happen, leaders also need to have resilience and agility. Resilient leaders are ones that kind of bounce back, so to speak, from setbacks or inconvenient challenges, even failures, and they recognize them and they use those failures or setbacks as
Yeah, but a good leader also knows when things are heading in a very bad direction, it's a good time to quit. And they don't just full speed ahead straight into a disaster. And that's what Ash does.
opportunities for growth. Agility in leadership refers to the ability for leaders to respond quickly to changing circumstances, and it enables them to do so.
Nothing in Onpassive has been done quickly.
And the last strategy for leadership in times like these is one that we talk about quite a bit, and that's empowering others. Effective leaders empower others to take ownership and to make decisions for themselves and to foster their own culture of collaboration and innovation for the things that they want to see happen. Now, every day in and day out, I am hearing in one way or another about the need that we all face, right? We all have needs. And in today's economy, that seems to be a rather prevalent theme. So I get it. I are one, as they say.
See, the thing is that Ash does love bombing, and that's a tactic where members of the group are showered with love and attention and admiration, especially in the beginning stages of the cult, and it creates a sense of indebtedness and loyalty to the group. That's why a lot of the people in Onpassive feel obligated to do these live streams every day. And then at the same time, he gaslights everyone. So the members are doubting their own perceptions and reality. Like if they have doubts about this, they go, maybe I just have a bad attitude. Instead of going, hey, maybe this is a red flag because I'm in a culty scam and it's ripping me off for money. And that also makes it easier for Ash to control and manipulate people. Because when you're questioning your own sanity, it's very easy for someone like Ash in the position of power that they all give him in Onpassive, and even the power that he has as the founder and CEO, then manipulate you into believing whatever they want, especially since he says he's going to save humanity with them and all this, right?
So let's talk a little bit about the economy, which is, my opinion, a little
My point was that I don't consider it empowering people. When you're a cult leader and you're using these cult tactics to make people feel good, it's a false sense of empowerment, a false sense of admiration, and a false sense of importance that they get in the group. Because again, the second that they leave this group, none of these people will care about them. Some of them might even go after them. I mean, look how they treated Mohammed Nazal when he left.
fairly based, but what I'm saying is that our economy is based on collective agreements, and it works because we say, hey, this can of beans is worth this much, or, this loaf of bread is worth that much, right? Well, that's all well and good, but it hasn't always been the way that it is now. And I mean by that we probably always had a barter system of one type or one sort or another. Maybe it used to be.
Are you saying that the economy is going to change and we're not going to be accepting money anymore? Is that where this is going? Because it is rather odd that you're doing a stream to talk about the economy when you guys claim that you're going to run your business based on love and not money, I
don't know, beads or cows or firewood or other stuff. But right now, what we use is coin and paper, right? Currency. So it's somewhat arbitrary because establishing value is random, which is why we can get some things for different prices depending on where we live. It's just what we agreed to. Anyway, right now, there's a lot of people worried about the collapse of the economy, or at the very least, inflation, or the ability to be able to get what they want or what their families will need.
Yes, which is why it's awful that Onpassive has owed people these commissions since September and you still haven't paid them. Now you want to sit here and talk about how people are worried about inflation? Gotta say, Mr. Morlock, you definitely got some balls.
And it seems to be, to me at least, a more solid economy if we would be basing it on what people do or people themselves, their skills and their abilities, and what they're able to actually contribute to society. And I think that in doing that would get something probably a little more tangible. You'd know what you're getting. And we'll eventually get there.
I mean, technically that is how the world is. You have an interest, you can make a career out of it, then you can make money in that career, and then you live off the money. What do you mean?
But the point is this. We don't have to worry about the collapse of the current system so much.
Oh,
no. Yeah, you're probably going to sweat the load a little bit when we see some crazy things happening. But all the major systems in the world are heading toward decentralization. And yeah, eventually we're going to see some things collapsing, and things are going to be tough for some of us as we move through it. No denying it. But the collapse of these systems has got to happen if we're going to have new systems. Remember
Wait, what?
Buck
Now Onpassive is going to collapse all of the systems to be the correction to the corruption?
Bucky Fuller said, right? That you got to create new systems that make the old ones obsolete. Well, the trick to doing that is to create the new ones now. So they're going to be able to be put in place, or they will be in place when the old ones crumble by virtue of the fact that, you know, they're dead weight because they just don't serve us anymore.
Well, it's okay, guys. When the economy crumbles, Onpassive will be here to help.
That's where we are right now. That's where Onpassive is right now. We're creating a new system, right? Ash Mufara is creating a new system. Because of this,
Jeffrey, you're Delulu, my dude.
Seeing the old systems starting to break up and dissolve in a manner of speaking is actually, it's kind of a cause for celebration because it means that there's a new system that's going to be put in place. But we have to take action. On our personal part, we've heard of action.
What are you going to do? Are you going to revolt? You going to start picketing the government to stop taking currency? I don't understand.
And taking action, and we call that compassionate action, and that's
like, what is Jeffrey expecting? The stock market to crash and then money to be replaced with O-coin?
Seeing everything that we're doing, and you know, getting behind the AI with heart and all that, but we have to take action to make those new systems, right? We have to invent them or create them. I mean, not as a means to an end necessarily, but because that's what excites us to do. It gets us excited. We do it because that's us following our passion. And when we do that, the universe supports us in whatever.
Wait, your passion is to collapse all of the systems of the world and replace it with an Onpassive system? Since when? I thought this was just a tech company or a marketing company to help MLMs run their business. Now we're doing a whole new world order or some shit. Jeez.
And never we're doing, right? I mean, after all, that's what our excitement is. The feeling of excitement is our body's translation of the universe's message to us.
Thanks, Jeff.
Showing us the direction to take to become the best that we can be. And if it excites somebody to invent or to create or to talk about or to share ideas of new economic systems, all right, just because that's what excites them, like it obviously does Mr. Mufara, then that's what's going to create the new systems. Everything needed is going to be able to come to us, and synchronicity is going to take care of the timing. So we really don't have to sweat it. In other words, everything's going to fall in place when it's all supposed to happen.
Yeah, and then Onpassive will take over the world.
Try to take over the world.
Come on, Pinky. Onpassive is doing world domination.
And when there are some exciting people doing some exciting things, because they're all excited about it, just because they're excited about it, the timing is going to take place automatically, and the new systems will be where they need to be.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I wanna scam you, to scam you.
When they need to be there, which is when the old systems no longer serve us, right? That's how it works. It's automatic. It already works. It just works that way. We don't have to make it work.
How?
And that's the illusion. Just let the work do.
Sir, I think that you all just have delusion.
Work and let it get going by going with the flow of it all, and just by being who we really are and following our passion.
Yeah, guys, just relax. Have patience. Go with the flow. The stock market is going to crash, and then we're going to take over the world.
Try to take over the world.
We don't need to give in to the illusion of, you know, heavy lifting.
Delusion.
Right? The universe, God's going to do all that. Creation supports us in whatever way that we say we believe. And
Well, I have bad news for you, because people are saying that God is going to help Ashmufara finish launching Onpassive and then save all of humanity. And now you're here saying that you're going to take over the world.
Try to take over the world.
We can look through the illusion and we can understand
Delusion.
this is where we're shifting to, right? Everything's shifting toward that decentralization, right? It's a whole new system of abundance is all coming into play. And if we'll just believe in it and act like we believe in it, then it's going to happen regardless of what we do.
Just believe. All it takes is believing. You just have to believe and then it will happen. That law of attraction doesn't work.
This is how we use the power of the illusion instead of giving in to the illusion of power, if you will.
Delusion.
I hope you can see the difference there, right? Use the power of illusion. Don't fall under the negative ego assumption.
Yeah, he's messing it up.
Of an illusion of power. We're all going to have more than enough. Abundance is the rule of the universe, not the exception. Remember?
Yeah, the O coins are endless. Don't worry, guys.
The idea is that there's really no such thing as lack in the way that we would typically define it. So let's get back to the idea that we're actually...
It's like, I know, we'll just redefine the word poor to mean you have lots of money. Poof, everyone's rich. That's not how life works.
Experiencing, right? Let me put it this way. What we are actually experiencing when we create the experience of lack, right? Because when we believe in lack, what we're creating is an abundance of lack. Yeah, clear as mud. I get it. Okay. Okay, let me try it this way. So often, a lot of times, most of the time, we really don't get it, right? What's the phrase? Things seem to be backwards, I think. For example, we're led to believe and we're taught to believe seeing is believing. Well, no, believing is seeing. And when you believe something, that belief is a combination.
Blah, 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 law of attraction, blah, blah, blah. Believe, law of attraction, blah, blah, blah.
Combination of things, right? It's a combination of thought and emotion and an intent for it to be. And all these things work together to bring it into our...
Yeah, everything except for logical thinking and critical thinking.
Reality. So if you can believe in lack strong enough to have an abundance of lack, why not just believe in something that gives you an abundance of something?
Yeah, the people in PNG just don't have a lot of money because they just believe in abundance of lack. They need to believe in abundance of money and then they'll all be rich. Glad you figured it out, Jeff.
You'd prefer, not lack, because it's all abundance. It's just different kinds of abundance. We're never not abundant.
Lord.
If we're experiencing lack, we just have an abundance of lack. When we experience the idea that we call lack, it's not actually a lack of abundance. It's an abundance of lack. So it's all in your mindset. It's all in the way you're looking at these things and interpreting the illusion all the way around you. But I would draw you back to leadership and these turbulent times and say, look,
again, turbulent times. Just believe. Believe in abundance instead of lack. And then everything will be okay.
You've got a wonderful company that's doing some wonderful things. And Mr. Mufara is exemplifying in every way imaginable the leadership that we need in these times. And each of us are likewise capable of leadership like that. So take a look at what he's doing. See the examples he's setting, and then set those up in your own lives so that you can then also make sure that everything is pointing in the right direction. We're all going to the same goal, and we're all looking forward to accepting and seeing the same thing. And that's all the abundance that's going to come to us when it does. So
it all goes back to how they view the cult leader here, Mr. Ashmufara. It's all these things. And I'm sure as you guys are all looking at this list, you're going, I don't see him as any of that.
Thank you so much for listening to this. I hope you have an awesome Onpassive day. keep the
You're
faith.
welcome.
Keep
Thank
keep
you.
keep your candle burning, so to speak, and just know that it's happening. It's on the way, and we're all going to be part and parcel with it. So thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Onpassive day.
Now, what are the O founders supposed to get out of this other than some false empowerment and being manipulated into thinking that Ash Mufara is this magnificent leader who's out here empowering all of them? It's not like they're leading teams yet and you told them how to go about becoming these things. You just listed off a bunch of traits that effective leaders have and basically at the end tied it into Ash Mufara. Jeez, Jeffrey. Anyway, that was Leadership and Economy by Jeffery Morlock. Always very interesting to see these types of videos that the O founders do. Get a little insight into how they view Ash Mufara as a person, which gives us an insight into why they're so badly manipulated into this cult. Again, one of the key tactics used by cults is social conditioning. Cult leaders use various techniques to manipulate their members into conforming to their beliefs and behaviors, like that Onpassive will be coming any day now. It isolates members from their friends and families by forcing them to go to these webinars every day, all day long. It controls their access to information. And there's this huge sense of dependency on the group, especially for a social network. Hey, just have fun together, you know? And that way, Ash is able to control the narrative and he can prevent members from questioning anything here. And that's why nobody can ever put a question in the chat that they don't like, about commissions or when is the website coming back up. Again, there's a very large us versus them mentality here, especially between like myself and the recovering Hunbot and them. So right now, they're trying to make it so that the cult becomes the only source of truth and safety for its members. So we're trying to combat that as much as possible. We've been welcoming members into our chats to ask as many questions as they want and get real answers. And I'm willing to go through the evidence with them again, show them the SEC complaint again, and whatever it takes to wake them up here. The website and the products have been down for over 2 weeks now. Things are just not looking good. It might be nearing an end. I guess we will have to see what happens this upcoming week, especially on the 360, if Ash shows up again. Hope you enjoyed this video of me reacting to Jeffery Morlock. Stay tuned to the community tab. That's where I post all of my videos and streams. Be going live for MLM Monday. So I'll see you then. And no matter where you are or what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day. And remember, don't join it. It's a scam. Pyramid-shaped one. That's a cult too. Bye, guys.
Try to take over the world.
Come on, Pinky. Onpassive is doing world domination.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a cult. Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought out. Her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. And think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all more than one. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences. My name is Ash Mufar, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name's Ash Mufar.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
My name's Ash Mufar, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.